Hi everyone, my name is Anton, and on my channel I already have one video about Axelera board. It was recorded at the end of May, like few months after release of this board, but actually since May up to now there was a few major updates of SDK, and I think it's important video just to highlight few improvement of the board that was done. Why it's important? Because in my first video I showed that it's a super promising board, but which had pretty significant troubles with inference pipelines. I highlighted this as a minus, and it was interesting for me to check what happens for this almost half of a year. And for me it was also important to update my video because there was some progress, and if you are choosing your board for inference right now, maybe it's important to check. So let's go through release history, and I will highlight what I checked and how it's, in my opinion, worked. So first release was 1.3. It was just few weeks after my previous video, and in this release there was a big update. They supported LLMs. What the current situation with these LLMs? I tested their script for LLMs, and in my opinion it's just more formal support than the real one. Why? There are a few issues. First of all, you can use them only with your board if it has 4 GB of memory. I tried this with my M2 with 1 GB of memory, and I tried almost all LLMs from this list, but for all of them, their inference script told me that it's supported only if I have 4 GB. So probably it's working for 4 GB, but for mine board it didn't work. The second issue, I decided maybe I can export my LLM, and I go through all existing documentation, and I didn't find the clear way how to export LLM to Axelera format. There is only ONNX export available, like a general export, but I am doubt that it will work with LLMs, because all my previous communication with different LLMs told me that ONNX is not the best approach to export this to your inference device. So formally there is a support, but in my opinion it's not working super great right now. So let's go next. There was a support of a lot of new models. Here it's like formal support, which they didn't append to the repo. Here it's like a lot of models supported in their repo. I checked a few randomly. Yes, they start working, so it's pretty nice. Let's go next. Release version 1.4 and near. Pretty interesting. They supported NVIDIA Jetson. We had this problem in my previous video, so I hope it fixed, but I didn't check this myself. And what is more important, in my opinion, what was fixed, it's they appended Python API with Python inference of the board. And in my opinion, it's actually worked. And it was a big problem for this board that it was hard to utilize through the Python. Right now it's working. It's not working ideal, in my opinion. I checked the approach, and it was like required maybe almost 2 minutes to deploy ResNet 18 model on the device, but then inference go faster. Yes, of course, it's like inference with streams. It's not like direct, but it's working, in my opinion. It's great that they have some infrastructure here and so on. Also, I need to admit that through all this release, amount of bug they fixed I can feel this because all the process became more intuitive. Yes, there are some problems still, for example, strange comment in documentation, Ubuntu 22 support only. I tried on 24 and it didn't work in the beginning. But definitely for this half of a year, platform was improved. And the main problem, definitely, it's not fully solved, but there is a nice improvement on this way. So, in my opinion, this video is just small update for my previous video. My previous video is still pretty comprehensive. If you want to know more about this platform, go to my previous video, and this is just small update. Thank you for watching. Bye.